Okay, just a summary of what happened in the last 2 weeks. You can see that situation is terrible. The onset started later than what I predicted, and after that a cyclone came in the Arabian Sea, so no further real progress in the monsoon, and we are 53% below normal. Okay, and you see the all India rainfall not once except on the day 1 has it really been close to climatology. So this really is troubling from the point of view of seasonal mean. Now, on the other hand, interestingly, in contrast to what he said, at least in the first 10 days, their forecast of all India daily rainfall is not bad, except on one day. Except for this day, I would say they got everything right, almost. Okay. So after 10 days, this model is still doing okay. This is the, of course, expected seasonal wind pattern on the day of the onset. We didn't have it this year. This year, our seasonal wind pattern on 9th June, day of the onset declared, this thing was still below. Yeah, okay. But now I think, I hope I have today's, well, I'm sorry, I don't have that. So today it has come close to Kerala. Now, cyclone, I saw a nice statement that is a killjoy will answer the monsoon. So in the last 20 years, there have been many years when a cyclone occurred in this case, in the first week of June, sometime later. So the question is, does cyclone have an effect on the onset phase on the monsoon development? So if you look at what happens here is, the warmest Arabian temperature is in May. So in May, normally where the cyclones occur. But it can also occur in June. June is not much lower. And because of global warming, I think this also is going up. This is climatology, okay, over a 30-year period. But I'm sure if you do a 10 years, it will be a little higher. So this is going to happen more often, cyclones in June. Okay? So we have to worry about it. And some papers published on this one, comparing the cyclone track May, June combined, 20 years and 20 years. And I don't see, there's some increase, but not dramatic. In the Arabian Sea, you can see there's some increase in the cyclones. There was a calculation when 2011 was published, in which they look at number of what they call cyclone storm days, in which you take into account the storm is above that wind speed. And there you can see June is higher. So May had higher SST, but June had more chances of cyclone occurring. And so that is coming out to be true. And the other thing they showed clearly, this is by Ivan Camargo, and what you're showing is that all this is where the cyclone genesis occurred, and this is where it becomes stronger. And you can see all of them are occurring just north of the Somali jet. Not surprising. That's where the shear suits the anticyclonic motion. Okay, very convenient. So the question is whether so many cyclones occurring close to the west coast of India would affect either onset or the progress of the monsoon. So I thought yesterday maybe nobody done work, but in India a lot of people do work. So a paper was published last year. Okay, and this is a paper by from IIT in Pune. So that we are saying increase instead of Arabian cyclone monsoon, its impact on advancement of the monsoon. Okay, the main conclusion is the low level jet and the upper level easterly jet are altered by cyclones forming within plus or 8 days of the monsoon onset. So this year is in that category. Okay? And for Arabian Sea cyclone years, the LNJ pattern require 10 days to stabilize into its normal pattern. So it will take a few more days, then it'll go back to normal. There are a few more pictures from this that are nice. One is they are showing rainfall over Kerala. This is the day of the cyclone occurrence, P0. So you can see that from the day of the cyclone occurrence and the next 3 pentats, the rainfall is lower than in years with no cyclone. Clean result. And so the only changes in the third pentat. So again, around 15 days before you move, 10 to 15 days before you move over into normal situation. And then this one I didn't quite understand. They have plotted the number of years onset occur on the day of the is onset occurred on the day when there was Arabian Sea cyclone, and from this they seem to conclude that these two are correlated. I'm not sure that that's something. Somebody can interpret this better than me, but I'm not able to figure out what this figure conveys. Okay, but this is a nice figure. Average kinetic energy in years with cyclone, without cyclone. Again, you can see that for about 3 pentads, the kinetic energy of the monsoon is weaker than it was. So it is affecting the because remember, monsoon is nothing but conversion of heat to kinetic energy. That conversion is not going well when there's a cyclone. Okay, now let's look at what is the GFS forecast today. Okay, now the good news is that slowly the ordinary rainfall is going to go above normal in the next week, but then unfortunately it decays. Okay, so this is not a good news. Remember that IMD predicted that the June rainfall will be 10% below normal. That will not come true, almost 100%. Why? Because up to today it is about 23 millimeters or so of rainfall, and assuming all the factors are correct and extending this to be normal for the next 7 days, I calculated it will be 120 millimeters. Okay, so the June rainfall 120 millimeters of 170. So that is a very large decline, more than 30%. So that's going to be very crucial for the seasonal mean. Okay. Now, is there a correlation between June rainfall and June, July? Not true. There's not much correlation. There is some, but the fact is there's a lot of variability. Okay. So if you are somewhere here, last year you are here, this year you are going to be here. So there's a large range here of possibilities. You can even have, there are some years when much higher than 12 millimeters, and many years here. So that issue we have to look at, and that depends on other factors, not just June rainfall. I looked at all the nice data we have in India of years in the last 122 years, where the June rainfall below 120 millimeters. Okay. Now I want to warn you, if you go and look at it, you will not get the same result. I find that IMD produces data which keeps changing in time. So when I was in Chicago, there's no standard thing. I looked at some data produced in 2016. I think they used IITM rainfall up to some date and then added 6 years of IMD rainfall. So there's a slight variation, but that doesn't change the argument. Okay? So you may get a few more years or a few less years. So the main point is that, amazingly, the first 3 years of the 20th century were all below normal June rainfall. 2 were normal, 1 was normal. And they were normal because there was La Nina. Okay? So that's clear indication. That's what saved that year. Then you see here 1905, pretty low, below 100 millimeters, which is very rare. Of course, it is a drought year. Then next one was 107, was a very poor, and this was El Nino, that was neutral. And then we have 102.23, normal, neutral in JS, but there was IOD positive. But I talked to Vinay before this one, he said, this is based on some SSG data whose reliability is doubtful. The IOD positive may be true in one data set, because I remember before 1960, we had no satellite data, only ship data. And Vinay tells me that in the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, there are not too many ship data. So this is sensitive to the data set you use. Okay. So 26 is very interesting. It was below 100, but it was well above normal here and was neutral. So this is, you don't have to really see what it was here. Now let's see another interesting thing I want to notice. For 80 years, June rainfall was not below 120 millimeters. Amazing, 83 years. Then we started a sequence of low rainfall in the 21st century, 87, 100, 173, and then 3 of them are below normal, and 29 are we remember. 29 was amazing. The neutral, but IOD was positive. So this is the year. So the only hope IMD may have for this year, by chance, something happens similar to 2019, but I doubt it. Let's see whether it's possible. Now, why is 2019 interesting? Because right now, in the month of May or June, you find that El Nino 3.4 such anomaly in both 2019 and 2020 is almost same within the accuracy of data available. Okay, so you might think, well, maybe it'll go down, but you need to understand El Nino better. So going down depends on the amount of warm water volume that is there in the Pacific. Okay, so let's look at that. This is 2018, 2019. Okay, you can see 2019 the SSC didn't change much, but around April May it started declining, and then it dropped very rapidly in July and August, and then slightly recovered. So we are in this phase in 2019, along with positive IOD contributed to rainfall in September. But this year, this is 2022, 2023, we are going up this, okay? And we're already, actually, if you look at the weekly data, we're already crossed 0.8, 3.4. So this is not going to come down because we are on this side. This is 0. We are in the positive anomaly of warm water volume, a large amount. Note that this is not a minor amount, it's a large amount. So this is not going to decline, okay? At most, we can hope it will remain constant, not go up much, but I think it will go up a lot. That's my gut feeling. So because of that, 2019 repeat is not possible. Now, what about IOD? Okay. Now, INCOS publishes the May monthly anomaly of ocean temperature, and so there's something interesting. There are a lot of negative anomalies around the thermocline. This is the thermocline depth. Now, I want to ask Vinay, is there any hope that this negative anomaly will come up here in the next few months and help us? Is it possible?
Only if there is a strong upwelling around the coast.
Yeah, so if there is an unusual easterly anomaly near Sumatra, this will come up, right? So we can watch whether that will happen or not.
Those anomalies are quite big, so I wonder why this. It shows that the thermocline is coming up. So
okay. So this is the only hope we'll watch. It's only May data. I presume June will come in a few weeks' time. So this is the only possibility that if by chance something happens dynamically, which